Hi, welcome back. This is part 3 of today's campaign update. This is State of the World. And we need to go back and still focus a little bit on Donald Trump and his wish to, keep the USA for the Europeans. I guess somehow they don't have enough space over there. So that's what he's really doing. And I don't think it's healthy for our country. We have always been a country of people from multiple places, and it's not the time to really stop that. So some of our best new inventions, new innovations come from people who hold passports from other countries. And yet they come here and they want to become citizens. So, you cannot stop them from having pride in their original country and having pride in their second country. Now, because their second country is the USA, they are not naturally born U.S. citizens, so they cannot become president. I think that they can be congressional, but they can't be president. And maybe some other certain positions might restrict that. But to blanketly state to end dual citizenship and all sorts, you are just opening a can of worms of lack of wish of diversity. And diversity is what made our country what it is today, but also in the past when we were in a better place. It's not going to happen. And such a vote needs to go to the people. So you, Donald Trump, do not have the right to just blanketly change the policy there. It's one thing you are supposed to enforce. You are the enforcer of the laws of the Constitution. So it does not anywhere in there say that you are not allowed to hold a dual citizenship. And so most of our founding fathers were naturally dual citizens. And over the years, they've been dual citizens. And some of our best idea makers were dual citizens. So, I just, you're really ranting now. And your want of Israel to be so important in the USA is, for me, it seems like you're an old man who is worried about death and is trying to plan so that he gets to heaven. And, your newfound love of Christianity is your love of Christianity. It's not my love of Christianity. I already had Christianity and I left it. So I don't need it thrown back in my face via my government. So no, we do not need an Israel to bring on the end of times for Christians. That's what it comes down to. So no, Zionists are out of control in our country. And it's got to stop. And it seems that they have a big fan in Donald Trump. And it's got to stop, because this is just, we are not a Christian nation. We are supposed to be a secular nation, to use the terms that everybody's using. But no religion is our religion. And yet here we are organizing in another place on the planet, demanding that another country be a religious country. It's just mind-boggling, the stupidity of it. I'm sorry. It's just mind-boggling, the stupidity of it. And, yeah. So, no rapture is coming for the Christians. No. So we don't need an Israel. So we need to change the name back to Palestine. And then we need to sit down with the Palestinians and the Israelis and figure out what is an acceptable line to draw. Because the Israelis came in and they have just been taking and taking and taking and taking and taking more land from the Palestinians ever since Europe and USA and the United Nations decided to create this monster. So, it is a monster. It's terrible. I've had enough. This is decades long. I can't understand. I mean, I understand because we only have religious fanatics in office at the very highest levels in our country. But we got to get, and you have a right to your fanatic religion, but you don't have a right to enforce it on our country. And so I am about taking back our country and giving it the freedom, giving the people the freedom that they earned, that they deserve, and that is promised to them in the Constitution. So, yeah, Donald Trump, President Trump, just because you're worried about death doesn't mean the rest of us are. So we're not here to suddenly become Christian so we can go to heaven. You might be doing that, but I'm not. And, I don't recommend that for anybody. But, yeah. So the last thing I want to say here is that, I want to open the door to the United States so that other countries could join up and become a United State. So then I ask myself, is the behavior of this country that we now currently call Israel, is it behaving in a way that we would want a state to behave? Decades upon decades of genocide? Is this what we want? And I'm going to say no. We would never tolerate Texas acting like Israel. We would never tolerate Las Vegas or Nevada acting like Israel. So why do we give so much to Israel? Do we want New Jersey to act like that? Would we put up with it? Okay, so anyway, our country was based on immigrants and native people living here. And the immigrants came in and put down the native people and did all sorts of terrible things. We are not responsible for that. We are only responsible for our own actions and how we go forward. And diversity was one of the best things that our country was about. I will say that everybody likes to think that, in the U.S., likes to think that we're the only ones who are diverse and whatever, but diversity has been happening all over the planet ever since humans could walk. So it's a blessing. And new ideas, new blood coming in from different countries is also a blessing. What I'm hearing is Donald Trump being paranoid. He's gotten to the point of paranoid about certain people from certain countries. And it's not pretty. It's not who the USA is. We have always had our doors open for everyone. And for me, we need to actually increase the amount of foreign people coming into the country. But we do have to give the jobs to U.S. citizens first. We have to offer them to U.S. citizens first. And then if no U.S. citizen wants to do the job, then it can be offered to a foreigner. And some foreigners will be coming in through, maybe they want to immigrate here completely. Maybe they want to go to school here. Or maybe they want to be temporary workers and work on menial jobs. Some will want to work in educational jobs where you need an education. And so, we still want to keep that door open. But all jobs need to be first offered to U.S. citizens. At least 3 U.S. citizens have to say no. And then you're open to, if you're a company or a person hiring people, then you are free to go to foreigners and get them to work for you. Okay, so I think that is enough for this. I am lock Netanyahu up, lock up Mossad. They have been doing all sorts of nasty things on the planet, and especially to the Palestinians, for a long time. And this is just unacceptable. So we need to lock him up. We need to change the name to Palestine again. I recognize Palestine. I do not recognize Israel. We do not set up countries for religions because it's just stupid. If you believe in an imaginary friend, that's your problem. That's not my problem. So, no. It's time somebody put their foot down, and I'm that person. It's really un-USA what he's doing, and unacceptable. So, that's my state of the world for last Sunday. Thank you for stopping by. And I'm sorry, with jet lag and traveling, whatever. I couldn't be in touch, but I'm here. I got some sleep, and now I'm back on discussing topics. So if you have something you want me to talk about, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll find something. There's always interesting issues going on. But anyways, so I am Susan Maud Buchser-Lochocki, a presidential candidate from the 2024 presidential election, and I should say I'm also from the 2020 presidential election, but the 2021 I conceded. This one I have not. There's a difference. And my website is susan4usa.com. That's Susan, the number 4, usa.com. So thanks again, and don't forget to like and subscribe to whatever channel you're watching this on. And I'll see you soon. I got some other videos I got to do, and I'm looking forward to them. So I got to go figure out what you want to hear or what I want to hear. Yeah. Okay. Bye for now.